Welcome back to Vuln Vibes, everyone. Ready for another deep dive? Today we're looking at a newly disclosed vulnerability. This one's hitting WhatsApp for Windows users specifically.
Right.
And this one's got some teeth. We're talking potential for arbitrary code execution here. But since our listeners are all IT security pros, let's just cut right to the chase and break down what makes this vulnerability so significant. CVE 2025-30401 if you're following along at home.
Yeah, this one's been making the rounds. Facebook put out a security advisory on it recently.
Yeah.
It all comes down to how WhatsApp, for Windows, certain versions at least, handles file attachments.
Versions prior to 2.2450.6 to be exact.
Exactly. Basically, there's this mismatch between how the app displays a file and how the operating system ends up handling it. That's where the problem is.
Right, so the advisory calls it a spoofing issue. Basically, WhatsApp displays attachments according to their MIME type, which makes sense, but then it goes and selects the file opening handler based on the file name extension. So, a .exe file masquerading as a .jpg.
Exactly. And that
Yeah.
creates a pretty dangerous situation.
For sure. Especially because the attack vector is so simple. You could have a malicious file, like, even disguised as a harmless picture right there in the WhatsApp interface. MIME type says it's an image, but it's got that .exe extension hiding in the background.
Right. And so when the user clicks to open it, thinking it's just a normal image.
Yeah, the operating system just ignores that displayed MIME type, sees the .exe, and boom, it executes.
Arbitrary code execution. All because of how the application is, misinterpreting the file.
And to be clear, this is affecting a pretty wide range of versions. We're talking everything from like the very first release 0.0.0 all the way up to 2.2450.6.
Right. So anyone out there still running an older version, now's the time to update.
Absolutely. Updating to 2.2450.6 or any later release is going to be your main line of defense. It fixes the issue, makes sure MIME types and file extensions are handled consistently.
But, beyond the technical fix, this whole vulnerability really highlights the power of social engineering. Users expect consistency, especially in something like file handling. When an application breaks that expectation, it can be really easy to trick them.
Definitely. And it goes deeper, This points to some fundamental flaws in the secure development process itself. Developers need to be thinking about this separation between presentation and execution logic, especially when it comes to file handling.
Yeah, it's basic security hygiene, but it's something that we see overlooked time and time again. And look where it gets us.
Exactly. A seemingly straightforward vulnerability that can lead to some pretty dire consequences. It's a reminder that we need to be constantly vigilant, constantly updating, and really thinking critically about even the most basic security assumptions.
So yeah, listeners, definitely check your systems, make sure you're updated, and, stay safe out there.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for breaking this down for us. Always a pleasure.
Anytime.
And for all our listeners, until our next deep dive, stay vigilant and keep those systems patched.